Back in 2001, a brand new King of Fighters game came out, called King of Fighters 2001. And with a new game comes new characters, as well as returning ones. You had your Kios, Terrys, Blue Marys, stuff like that. But out of all of them, one really caught my eye. Ángel. Yeah, not Angel, Ángel. The A is different. And the first thing to really catch my eye about Ángel was her gigantic boots! Like, look at those things, those are huge, you're gonna trip over them, girl. But along with her fantastic design, which I'm gonna get over later, she also had a very unique fighting style, which I think fits with her current design. For right now, I'm just gonna make it clear that I'm only gonna be talking about the main line entries that she was in, so no spin-off like this, or whatever picture I'm putting here, because I don't know what I'm going to be doing. And with that, let's get started. Ángel's design in 2001 is pretty awesome, to be honest, and it really doesn't change throughout the games. You can see mostly her colors are just dark blues, regular blues, some hints of like brown, and her white hair that really stick out. Speaking of which, she has like a little thing on top of her hair. In later iterations that gets cut out, but I kind of like it. In 2001, Ángel's mostly a grappler, but she can also do some like pretty cool rushdown moves, as you can see on screen with the gameplay I'm showing, hopefully. That's because most of her moveset is based on professional wrestling, as well as something called a Muay Thai? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's really cool looking, and I'm glad they put it in. In case you wanted to know what wrestler specifically she's based on The Rock. Also, a little fun fact, she's also in a mobile game that has The Rock, so that's pretty cool. While her first design isn't my favorite, it really did show what her personality is like and how fun and energetic she is. In 2002, Ángel's design was changed even more, and I think it looks fantastic. Instead of it being mostly just dark blue and blue, it's like black and blue, which I think fits much better. Along with like the little zippers and stuff, it's really cool. But like I said a few minutes ago, she doesn't really change all too much, so she's pretty much the same, but I think it's much more of an improvement. However, since 2002, though she does appear in some spin-off games, she doesn't really appear in any mainline games for a long while. I don't really know why, because she's, as far as I know, she's pretty popular, but for whatever reason, I guess they just didn't want to put her in. Maybe it was because of her huge bangs. But luckily in 2016 we got King of Fighters 14, and she looks kind of like shit in game, but her art is much better, so I'm going to be reviewing that instead. Unfortunately, there's like only one render of her, and it's this. So I can't really see anything from like the bottom, including like some of her elbow for some reason. Though it seems to be pretty much unchanged from her last iteration. Besides the black gloves, those are different. But now we're getting to the most recent iteration of Ángel, which is from King of Fighters 15, which isn't out by the time I'm recording this, but I can't wait to play it. Not as her though, because she's like one of the hardest fighting game characters ever made. Happy Chaos, eat your heart out, you bitch. I personally really like this design, and the game doesn't look like shit, so you can actually properly see how beautiful she is. This iteration of her is the one that I mostly use to draw. As you can see from my drawing, they're pretty much similar, and I like it the most. By everything on her being so big, it really emphasizes whenever she punches or mostly kicks stuff, it really makes a giant impact. However, I'm not the only one that likes Ángel. I have someone else that likes her maybe better, maybe more, I don't know. So with that, take it away, mystery guest. Who is this person speaking now?
Ángel in the King of Fighters series is one of the defected agents of the not really secret syndicate Nests, who are all about creating superhumans and enhancing regular humans to be superhumans. Ángel in particular is one of the enhanced superhumans, which is crazy to think about because if I had the ability to create the ideal human to my preferences, they'd probably look kinda similar to her. Design is honestly kind of overlooked because the way the artists and animators have actually handled Ángel as a character is super fucking cool, and helped push a WWE superstar motif just as much as her flirtatious personality. If you actually take a look at the sprite colors in her original appearance, you'll notice that the palette that they use for her boots are actually the same that they use for her jacket, and the palette that they use for her gloves are the same that they use for her pant thingies. This is super integral for the animation because the way the colors are split up into this hierarchy is super important to visually communicate the poses that she does throughout all the different types of moves that she has. Which, by the way, can we talk about these goddamn poses? They're actually incredible. Everything just has so much flair to it. Which, speaking of flair, let's talk about her design in the 3D games. So as it was mentioned earlier, her design going into 3D didn't change all too much, though they did add some extra details and quality of life touches up to her, just like they did with all the other characters that went from 2D to 3D and had to have a couple of switch-ups to fit the aesthetic of KOF 14 and also sometimes in 15, for better or for worse. Ángel in particular was one of the characters who didn't get a crazy overhaul in general, but they did add tassels to her outfit, which is good because they've been placed in areas that will be of interest, like her massive boots and her hips, which are attached to her pant thingies. Also, she's Mexican, so that kind of works.
So yeah, Angel's a really cool character. If you plan to play King of Fighters, don't pick her because you will die. Pick someone else. And with that all being said, I guess that's the end of the video. But oh yeah, I forgot to mention she has huge tits. I want to stuff my face in her tits. Hi, this is the end card of the video where I do end card stuff. This is my first time doing stuff like this, and I want to keep doing more. So if you have a character that you like, put it in the comments, and I'll most likely do it, because it will be like 16 or 8 comments at most. So I will see your comment, don't worry. I will see it, and I will most likely do that character if I like them. Anyway, thank you to the mystery guest if they appeared in the video. If they didn't, I hate you. And if you don't want me to hate you, make sure to subscribe and press that like button so that I can keep making more of these videos. I made this video in conjunction with like another video that came out at the same time along with my new channel update. This is like the 5th time I've updated something ever, and it sucks. But I really hope you guys like this new change because I'm not changing it anymore. If this thing doesn't take off, I'm just gonna give up and do something else that I like better. Anyway, bye.